Hi, fellow toppers. We're the team of AlfredSeita and
SteveNagata.
we'll do a presentation on copyrights, Creative Commons, and OER.
Copywriting is basically the underlying premise that protects all the online things we use and create as teachers here at KCC. It is federal law and it's not state law, so we have to look at federal law on how to protect the creative materials we use. And basically, if people want to use it, they need to ask permission. There are exceptions under federal law, but that's basically the premise. Copyright owners are protected on various things like reproduction of the work, development of derivative works, and so forth. Registration with the Federal Office of Copyright Protection in Washington, D.C. is not required. But as a practical tip, it is recommended that you do register to have peace of mind and certainty that your copyrights are protected. Of course, the problem is when people use copyright materials without asking for permission, then things start to go bad pretty fast. So even in the entertainment world, for example, Eminem's 2011 Super Bowl commercial was actually used without permission by Audi in their commercial in Europe. Eminem's company did sue, and they settled.
Clearly, copyright issues are in the front of our minds. We're concerned that we may use materials and be sued later on. But there's what is called fair use laws. There's absolutely no infringement if we reproduce materials involved criticisms, comments, and news, teaching, and research. Clearly, finding materials that we can use is difficult. One way is to share our materials that we create. There is a Creative Commons license that allows us to share materials. And this is probably the best way of getting more materials by sharing it to all others. An important initiative is the Open Educational Resources, OER. This initiative is to reduce costs for student learning. Costs very prohibitive these days, and that's the number one complaint by students. How can we reduce costs? There's a lot of open source texts that are available. At Kapiolani Community College, we have a librarian, Sunny Paul, who can help us find these resources.